Hello and welcome back to our endgame practice session. I believe it's episode number 5 already. And before we start, I've selected a couple of interesting games I played recently. It were games where it should have been a draw, but it ended in a win or a loss. Then we have a game where it is I got a win, but I didn't know how, and then it was a draw, but my opponent didn't know how to draw, and then it ended up in a win. It's all over the place. So it's actually funny, so we will go through that. But before we start, I'm actually going to spend some time today. It's Sunday. I'm going to spend some time today to review or revisit my training plan. I've been noticing the last couple of days, weeks actually, since I finished my woodpecker method, that I'm not doing structural training anymore. I'm kind of doing whatever I want, and that's not a good way to make progress. I think it's good to have a good structure. So I'm going to work on that today and make something for the next couple of weeks. And I will actually share that next week on Sunday. I will share my training program, show the things that I'm doing. And of course, that's also a moment to, maybe I could have some feedback or tips on that plan. Because it's a long-term plan. We are not going to improve in one day, but I think it should help. So that's my plan for today and for next week. So let's hop in. I have selected 4 games. Don't want to spend too long on them. I say that every week, and I ended up always talking for 30 minutes. That's not the point of it. And then we are doing some exercises. So let's see. This was the first game. I'm playing here with the white pieces, and I actually played e4 this game. I just went it old school. And we faced, this is the Philidor, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, this is the Philidor. So I could try to remember my lines from the Keep It Simple course. Well, this is a funny move, but I'm not going to analyze in depth my middle game plans, because then the video is going to be very long. I just want to go to the end game. And I think, I remember I messed up this game. So brace yourself. So here we are, we exchange some pieces, castles. I bring my king to the side. Maybe I had some ideas of playing f4. Okay, we trade queens. Here they go, got a knight on an outpost. But my opponent actually played a good game. I remember that the entire game I had a plan of putting a knight here. That's why I tried to trade off my bishop for his knight and have the 2 knights fighting for that square, but my opponent didn't allow that. He actually played a fantastic game, I believe. Oops, I blundered a pawn. That happens, but I win back a pawn. I blunder another pawn, but I win something back. We shuffle some pieces. Oops, there goes another pawn. Can't save it. Now we are in this endgame, and I'm fighting for a draw. And my plan is to exchange those pawns and somehow hold this construction here on the right side. I managed to do that. Now, of course, this is still a loss. But well, in the game I didn't have the evil bar, of course. So I was hoping to hold this somehow. Now I protect my pawn. And I'm just trying to make it as hard as possible for my opponents. It's actually funny because my opponent this game didn't know how to win this. I give a check, force the king back, and I just shuffle, make some threats. He gives a check. I need to protect my pawn. Don't want to lose that pawn for nothing. And we just make some moves. He pushed the pawn. Now I give a check. I go all the way back. Maybe threaten something. Checks from behind, although those are not that effective, I think. But I'm just trying to make threats. Let my opponent think. Burn time on his clock. Now he pushed the pawn. I go in front and I'm hoping to win that pawn. And we exchange pawns. And we are in this endgame. And this is a pretty easy win for black, if you know how to do it. And at this moment, I knew that okay, he doesn't know how to win this game. So and here he pushed the pawn in front of his king, and now the king is cut off, and now the king cannot help his pawns. He can fix that problem, of course, but I shuffle, and that was the mistake, because now I can put my king in front of the pawns, use it as a blockade, and yeah, now this is it. The king is cut off, and I'm not going to trade rooks here, then I'm losing. So I'm going back, attack the pawn, he defends, and I'm just going to shuffle. And as soon as the king comes, I give a check, drive it away, and I'll go back with the rook. Now I take the pawn, and I'll just make sure that the pawn cannot promote. And this is an easy draw, and here my opponent agreed to a draw. Now it's actually funny because this position has been exactly this position is in the endgame course of what's it called? Silman's complete endgame course. The reason I played on is, well, even if you know how to win this, there are some traps. What's it called? Stalemate traps in the end. So you never know. You never know. But I think this is a nice exercise to play this one out against the engine, just to see if we can still remember how to win this. So I'm actually going to do that. I will park this one, first show the other games, and then we go back to this one and actually play this one out, because this is interesting. This was the second game we played with black, and this was a rapid game, 10 minutes with 5 seconds increments. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember this game. Yeah, I thought it was the birds, but it ended up being a stone wall. And this was actually funny, because I remember we had an episode where we were talking about what openings do we absolutely hate to face, and somebody mentioned the stone wall, and I was thinking, yeah, the stone wall, that is indeed an awful opening to face. And I went on, booted up Lichess, played the game, and what do I have? Boom, stone wall. I don't know how to play against a stone wall. I decided to be annoying and challenge the center. Of course, he's not taking. And I decided to fiend cattle the bishop. I don't know if I want a bishop, if I need to have the bishop here, fighting for that square, or from a distance. I decided to go from a distance because, well, in the end I'm going probably to play a knight in the center, and if it's being traded off, well, at least I have a pawn here supported by the bishop. That was my thought process. Not sure if it's the right one, but well, we make some moves. And we have this position. Oh, I'm getting a headache from this position. Look at this. I can't even see the pieces anymore. It's so crowded. Horrible. Well, luckily we get some trades in. And soon the board clears out. And here we are. I'm trying to infiltrate, create some threats. My opponent wanted to trade everything. Well, at least I'm getting a pawn out of it. So I'm up a pawn in a queen and opposite colored bishop endgame. That's a toughie. Well, we make some lufts. He brings the king, good move. And, well, I activated my king. I decided to fix the pawns on dark squares. Now his bishop is not very mobile. And, yeah, my structure, I have a lot of space and it's pretty solid. He offers a queen trade. And I was not sure. I thought that I could go here and win a pawn. But on the other hand, my opponent is going to probably infiltrate and also win a pawn. And you know what? Let's trade. Make a draw. He wanted to play the stone wall. And now we are going to just make a draw. And this should be a draw, although I kind of like my position because of the space I have. And yeah, his bishop cannot do a lot. Now my king cannot infiltrate because of this pawn structure. So the only chance I have is on this side on the board, I think. So I decided to immediately break. So I have some mobility. Now here I decided to fix that pawn on the light square. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can reroute, target the pawn. And I also had ideas of bringing my king up and eventually break and use the space here to infiltrate with the king. Yeah, you have to do something. So I bring the king up. He just shuffles with his king. I also shuffle something with the bishop, make some moves. Now the king is far away, so I thought, well, maybe this is my shot, this is my chance. So I break. Takes, takes. Now my king is coming in. And you need to be careful here. Oh, that's my clock. I usually turn it off before I start the recording, but it's Sunday. Yeah, so he makes a bishop move, but now my king infiltrates. And this is a toughie. I go here, and I have opposition here, and I can bully the king around. And there's nothing he can do. I'm going to push the pawn here. I give a check, drive the king away. And yeah, that's it. I can win the pawn here, but I decided to push my passed pawn. And he needed to sacrifice the bishop for it. Yeah, this is of course now an easy win. I don't care about that pawn, he can win it. And yeah, I defend everything here, and my pawn is going to promote. He did allow promotion, and then he resigned. Now there was one critical moment. What he should have done here, because it was a draw all along, he should have put his king here on g2. Even kijken, yeah. So instead of moving the bishop, he should have gone here. And then I have nothing. This is just a draw. We can just shuffle the bishop back and forth, and that's it. But yeah, he did a new. And he allowed my king to infiltrate. And yeah, that's it. So that was a nice steal, I would say. Next one. Oh, this is funny. We play with 95 against 95% accuracy. Ridiculous. Super high. But yeah, sometimes that happens, actually. If you just trade all the pieces and you go to a draw, then you can have games like this. I thought it was funny to show. So we have the Scotch. And I didn't play it precisely, but who cares, right? So we exchange a lot of pieces. And although I do have the bishop pair, so I thought, well, maybe I am slightly better. I'm trying to set something up here. But yeah, he didn't allow that, actually. So yeah, we just exchange pieces here. I do have more space here. I damaged the pawn structure. And I've got my bishop on the knight outpost. So actually my position is here pretty good. And I went for an attack. He offered the queen trades. And I had a nice tactic here, but I missed it. I could have just sacrificed my bishop here. And on takes, I can give this check. And the knight is undefendable, so I will win the knight. But still, now that I look at it, it's still a bit tricky. I'm only up one pawn. Yeah, I don't know. It still looks tricky. But I didn't saw the tactic anyway, so... We exchange queens. This is now. This is a draw. I activate my rook. Takes. He takes a pawn. I take a pawn. And I try to defend my back rank. I activate my king. He gives a check. Yeah, there's nothing here. So I decided to put my rook behind the pawn. Just make sure it cannot promote. And all I have to do now is nothing. Just shuffle. Takes. He gives a check. He picks up a pawn. I bring my king back to g7. And well, if I keep my king on these squares, then I will be totally fine. So I just shuffle with the rook. Maybe my opponent could have made it a little bit more challenging if he left the pawn on a6. Then he has maybe ideas of bring his king around, put his king on a7. But yeah, we just shuffle. I just give checks. And just keep the rook here behind the pawn. And as soon as the king comes here, then I give check, drive the king away, and I go back. That's it. Check, and go back. And that's it. Here I can take. I should take the pawn. So I take. Now, it's funny because if these pawns were not on the board, then it's a loss. Because he can give me a check and force my king away from one of these two squares. And if these pawns were gone, then it's a draw, because I can hide my king on h7 and he cannot make progress. That is actually funny. So yeah, there's nothing here. I just give side checks. And eventually we repeat the position and it ended in a draw. Yeah, that's a theoretical draw, I think. And I just learned this in the course. Otherwise, I maybe wouldn't have known how to draw this. And now I do. So Now this is the last and oh yeah, this was a funny opening because my opponent played a3, so he lost the tempo. So we're now in the 4 knights, but it's my turn. So I strike in the center. It's like I'm playing the 4 knights catch with black. Okay, well, we exchange a lot of pieces. Let me see, what time control was this, by the way? Oh, this was 3 minutes with 5 seconds increments. Alright. Yep, we just exchange all the pieces. And yeah, this is just a draw. The only thing I have going on is a very active rook. I'm just trying to make some threats. Maybe win a pawn somewhere. But no, nothing really happens. Here I win a pawn, but he wins a pawn. He does have the outside passed pawn, which is annoying, but I get the rook behind it, so I'm fine. Takes, and I'm in time to put my king on one of these squares, or one of these squares, and actually make a draw, if I really need to. But I decided to push the pawn here, and yeah, at this point I'm going to sacrifice my rook, because that pawn, the rook cannot stop that pawn from promotion, so he has to sacrifice his rook as well. And now this is a draw, but this is actually tricky. This is tricky, and we are going to see why this is tricky. Okay, it's white's turn. What does white need to play? Well, not that move. Yeah, he wants to go after my pawn. Now what I need to do, let me look at the engine. I need to go after the pawn. G2. I played H5 in the game, thinking that, well, let's bring the pawn closer to its promotion square, so I don't have to travel that long with the king to pick up that pawn. That was my thought process, but that's the wrong one. I should have gone here. And yeah, I believe that he's not in time to get his king on the right squares here. So yeah, I'm just going here. I think, what's the move? Oh, it's his move. Maybe here. Yeah, I'm just going here, and yeah, he cannot stop the pawn. By going there, I allowed my opponent to play d6. Here, I think d5. No, d5 is the only losing move. Interesting. h4. Alright, h4. Then if I go after the pawn, now d5 or e5. Yes, e5. And then if I take, yeah, now he can go here and shoulder. Yes. And now it's a draw. I can't get out. But in the game he went here, and I played that. Now he played d6, and now it's a draw again. And yeah, he played the right moves. Yes, and now I can't. Yeah, I'm not in time. So all my opponent had to do here was go f2. He went through the pawn. Yeah, that's the wrong move. And now he can't stop promotion. So if my opponent knew how to draw this game, it's a theoretical draw, then he wouldn't be in trouble. But yeah, he didn't know. That's unfortunate. And I didn't know. In this position, I should have done some calculation. I thought it was an easy win. I didn't calculate it at all. I just played this move. Yeah, here. Yeah, you need to calculate this in the game. I don't think I had time. Here, here, here. Yeah, he's not in time, I think, to... yes. Yep, you have opposition. He can't get to his desired squares. Yep. Now you just push, push, yep, and push, push, push. And that's it. Well, this was an interesting one. Calculate, 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 calculate. So important. But okay. I'm already getting tired. Don't have a lot of energy today. Let's draw this game. Let me see. Flip the board. It is black to move. Practice against an engine. Let's choose the max engine. 3200. Alright, we need to draw this game. Check. And we are just slowly bringing the pawns and the kings up. Let's cut the king off there. Bring the king. He's going for behind, checks for behind. That's what he's going to do. Marvelous. Check. Here we go here. Push the pawn. There we go here. All right, let me see. What was the move? I believe we go here, here. Stockfish is going in a difficult it's a small inaccuracy. Now we are going here, threaten checkmates. Yeah, I need to be careful that I'm not walking into the skewers, so here, 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 and now we are exchanging the rooks. Okay, take. We need to give the king some moves. Can I already give a check here? Here, yeah, I think we can. Yes, because he has to go there. Yep, and now we are promoting. Yep. And that's it. It goes different than in the course, but that probably has something to do with the level of the engine. Not easy, actually. Not easy at all. Okay, well, let's go to the exercises now. Yes, here we are. Let's set a timer. At 30 minutes. Timer. Yep. Okay, so we have 30 minutes. Let's see. We were here, and these endgames are a little bit more challenging with minor pieces, so I'm not going to play them at the max strength because that is silly. putting it at 2000 rating. Because real humans also make mistakes. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, we have the engine. I don't want an engine. No, we don't want the engine here. There we go. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. So the material is equal. Oh, this is just a draw, right? If my opponent would have offered to draw here, I would accept it, I think. But wait a minute, can we win a pawn here? Check. King moves. Then I go here, that's just a fork. Right? Can he... he can protect the pawn with moving the knight. Yeah, so that's maybe a one mover. That's not good. Although, check here, here, here. Nah. Nah, I don't like it. Where is that knight hopping? This is my weakness. I can play a3 just to take away that square. He's going to kick my knight out. No, that's not possible, then this falls. Yeah, let's start with a3, I think. Yeah, that square is covered by my knight. Maybe even this. Let's start with a3. Okay, so he brings the king. Let's do the same. Let's also bring the king. And there's the knight. So now here and here, that looks better. Or here, here. Here, here. How is he defending that pawn? And what is he going to do? Then he's going here. Maybe we bring the king first. But then he has check anyway, picking up that pawn. Now I can go here. Or I play here. But he still can go here. It's so annoying. Knight endgames are horrible. Yeah, this is a threat. Then I will take. He will take. I don't know. I want to take that square away, but yeah. You can also go here. That's not something I'm worried about. Okay, let's play here. So he goes for that. Let's go here. Okay, so he goes in the corner, putting pressure here on this pawn. But I can just push it. Maybe he goes there. Or I just leave it. And now I go after that one. Yeah. Let's go after... Oops. Let's go after these pawns. Yeah, let's take... Okay, do we take? Or not? Do we go here? I think I want to go here. And on takes... I don't know. Takes? If I go here, he does check. Which is slightly annoying. But if I take here... Yeah, I don't know. Here, check. Here. Oh, then... Yeah, maybe that's okay. Let's do that. Okay. Ooh, check. Pick up this one. Definitely. Yes. Okay. Take. Okay, he's going... Oh, he's going after this one. I missed that completely. Here. Take or take? It feels like I want to take like this. I'm not sure why. Alright. So now I go here. Take that pawn. Yes, I think. Oh, there's a check. Oh, those checks. Oh, I'm getting a headache. Headache from the knight. Where am I going with the king? He has all sorts of checks. The knight is so annoying. Okay. Yes, that is my pawn. Okay. Alright. Well, we do have those two pawns. Right now the king cannot infiltrate. That is good. Maybe we grab some space here. Okay, that's nice. Do we want to offer a trade? He's not going for a trade, right? He's going with check. He's not going for a trade. Let's actually push the pawn. Do we take? Yeah, let's take, and then go here. Attack the pawn, and on check, yeah, I can go here And who's going to protect that pawn? Yeah. Let's take here. Okay, there's a check. I can go here, then there are no more checks. I can also go here, then he has this check, which is a fork. Let's go here. No more checks. I can take. Can also save the pawn by pushing. Or I invest everything I have in this pawn. So takes, and I don't know. Maybe here. But we don't have. Let's push him. And now we take. Now we take. I can blockade. I'm going to lose both pawns now. But here and push him. I think we are going to push him. Yeah, push him. And who's going to stop the pawn? Push. That's knight, yeah. That's it. Push. And queen. Cut the king off. Take the pawn for good measure. And checkmate. There we go. Wow, that was tough. But we done it. Next one. Next one. King and... Okay, this is the same. But we have an extra pawn. So now it should be easy. Alright, let's see. So we have an extra pawn. Let's see. How do we do this? How do we do this? We need to activate the king. We have to. Here we need to activate the knight. I like this because it controls some squares where the knight can hop to. He can go here. And from there it can go here, but I'm protecting that pawn. Yeah, I like the knight hop. Let's start with knight hop. And I can play here just to make sure that he can't go anywhere. But I can also just bring the king now. Let's do that. Do we play here? Or not? I don't know. I don't know if h4 is a good idea. It feels sketchy. I much more prefer g3, to be honest. Also like here, just to... Yeah, I like this one better. Alright. Now this makes sense. And here just let it happen. We have a waiting move if you want to. Yeah, I like this. In order to here and for is it a force knight trade? No, he can go here to protect, but then his knight is... then he can go here. It's... okay. I'm hesitant. Oh, he goes there voluntarily. I think it's a good move. That is annoying. I'm not gonna lie. So I think we have to protect the pawn there. Right. I have a feeling we are making progress. Bring the king. Yes, what do we do? Do we take, do we push? If we push, we have a protected passed pawn. And if we take, his king gets in. No, 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 no. We push by. We push by. Okay, there's a check. Do we bring the king up? Yes. Not a check. Now I'm going here. Now my king is super active. So is his king. He can go here. I'm going here. I'm going to pick up the pawns. Yes. Yes. Oh, this is so stressful. Is she going here? Take. Here. Take. Check. Here. Pass pawn. Let's go. This is check. Can't take that pawn. Check here. Maybe I go here. Then he can't go there. Yes. So he goes back. How do we target the pawn? Probably by here and here. Is that an idea? Here, he just goes there. What is a better way to do it? Here. Yeah, this is the fastest, right? Or maybe from a different direction. How do we get to that pawn? We have to hop from here. Oh, maybe we go here and then here. How about that? Now here? No, he just goes here with the king, I guess. We can offer the knight trades. Okay, that should be good for me. Right? Takes, check, but then I'm going here. Yeah, that's it. Pass pawn. There we go. Yes. Or no. Yes, this is the win. If you take, I'm going to run. Well, I can run now. Here, takes, here, 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 queen, here. Is that a win? Yeah, this is a win. If this was an F pawn or a C pawn, he could make a draw. But I still have a knight as well, so yeah. All right. Okay. Check. Here. Check. There we go. There we go. I don't need a knight. There we go. Yes. Bring the king. And mate. How did we do? I want to see the analysis. We played with 81 against 69. We had one mistake. So this was good. Yep, this is good. Yep. Now we are up 2 pawns. That was a slight mistake. He didn't punish us for it. What could he do? He could go there with the knight. Target that pawn. But then I'm taking here. And then he takes. This is a little bit unclear, I think. Or isn't it? What do we do? F5? Interesting. Wow. It's 4 o'clock. Now what I probably would have done in this situation, I think I would have just pushed the pawn. Like crazy. Make a queen. Take. Yeah, that's oopsies. Here. Yeah, that's an oopsies. Oh, that is that's very tricky here. This is very tricky. This move is very hard to find. F5. Wow. And the idea of that move, he needs to take that. And in that way you have check. Wow. Use the tempo. E4. To get to the pawns, is that the idea? G6, knight G6, yep. In order to stop the pawns. Set up that blockades. E4, yes, and now we have these 2 or nothing. Now we can start pushing. Ooh, tricky. This is very tricky. Our opponent missed that. Yep. Yep, that's it. Ooh, that is tricky. Let me see, how long do we have? We have 5 minutes, so we can do one more. Oh, this is a draw. Okay, let's draw this game. And then we call it a day. Okay. That's not easy. This is not easy. Here, check. Here, no. Here, check. I don't know. Somehow I like the pawn being a little bit more advanced. What is he going to do? Okay, that was a bad move by me. But it is what it is. Oh, I could have played g4 right away. Yeah, that's not what I did. Okay. Let's play. Do we play g4 now? Yes. Okay, yeah, we take. Okay, now all we have to do is sacrifice the knight for the pawn. That's all we have to do. So I already like this one. And on check, I can go here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I thought that it looked pretty good, but what do I know here? And then he's going to push. Here, check, here. And then I have maybe options to go here. That could be something. There are no more checks with the knight. Now I can go here. Now I take the pawn. That's it. And we draw. All right. How much time? 1 minute. 1 minute. What do we have left if we have an easy one? Oh, no, this is not an easy one. This is a repetition. We already had a knight endgame when we were up a pawn. Do we have something with a rook? Same color bishop. The bishop pair. Opposite colored bishop. Rook versus knight. Rook versus knight. Rook versus bishop. Rook endgame. Symmetrical pawns. This is just, I don't know, this is just a draw. So let's not do that. Oh, I want to have rook endgame, an extra pawn. That is interesting. Rook endgame, outside passed pawn. And who are we? We are black. Wow. This is looking interesting. Okay, but we are down a pawn, but we need to make a draw. Okay, let's make a draw. Okay. Yep, that's... So this is the last one. Let's see, how do we make a draw here? Well, I like having the rook here. But I also like having the king cut off. I also like takes. Takes and then play here. You can just protect. start by taking. And here. Maybe you want to start with this. You can give a check. I will hide. But I think that this is the magic square, right? But I can't lose that pawn. No, I can't lose that pawn. That is instrumental. I can go here, but I'm never winning the pawn. Although what I could try, here. Here. Yeah. I really like having the king cut off. But I'm also very drawn to that move. But how is he going to make progress? That's also a question. Yeah. Yeah. How do I get my king active and involved in the game? That's a funny one. Here. Maybe here. He gets the rook behind the pawn. That's not good. Here, I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, I can just shuffle. I don't think that's good. I mean, what am I going to do? Here. Maybe here. And try and get behind the pawn. I don't think that's good. You have to try something. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's not the way. I wanted to have my rook active, but that's not the way. That's not the way. I don't think taking is a good idea after all. But what do I know? Yeah, what do I know, eh? Ah, that's not the move. Oh. I want to have the engine. I need the engine. What is the engine suggestion here? What is the engine suggestion? King h5. It is this. But then what? Well, my king is now in a stalemate. Can I give this check? Or I can just take. That's a draw. Sneaky. Wow. Yeah, just a stalemate trap. Wow. Cool. Does this still apply? No, not anymore. Okay. You can protect the pawn. Let's just make a waiting move. What is this king doing? Okay. So that's it. So there's a stalemate trap here. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Yeah, that's very cool. Nice. Now we know. Wow. Now that's a nice one to end. All right. Long video, an hour. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow back to Rapid game journey. And next week I will share my training plan. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you tomorrow. Bye.